Hello, everybody. Tommy here. Wanted to talk a little bit today about cords on motors. I'm sure we've all had that asked, why don't you have another color other than white? So I wanted to briefly go over how I've overcome that in the past. Now, a lot of times I know people talk about taking the electrical tape and wrapping it. It's just a lot of work to have to do. Painting it before you slide it in the housing, worrying about what it's scratching or whatever, as it's going in, and worrying about painting on something and getting it all over the structure or the shade itself. So what I have done, there's a lot of motor companies that are starting to move to black cords. Gaposa, Somfy has, I know Alpha is. There is some other motor companies that do not have black cords available currently. So, or they cannot be removed from the motors like Duya, the 409 motor from Somfy. Those don't have the ability to have white cords sticking out. You have a dark housing. How about wind sensors? If it's a corded wind sensors are white, they're probably never going to put black cords, but you have to run it across a dark pergola underneath of a soffit or something that's dark colored. You just need a darker color. So I have found Heatshrink, and I can send you the link if you want. I bought a 20-foot roll here, and then what I did was is I bought a small butane torch. I have a small handheld heat gun that I've used too, but the heat guns have to be plugged in. So if you're up real high, you've got to drag the extension cord up there and all that. I think I bought this at Home Depot for less than $20. But what I did was I cut a small piece of it off. Here's a white cord. So what I did was is I kind of spread it because it comes flat, so they can ship large pieces. Just slide it over. Just slide it over the piece that you want. Then what we're going to do is we're going to turn the torch on. You're going to see the flame coming out. I turned the on so it stays on all the time. If it's colder outside, you might have to use a little more heat or it might take a little longer. But all you really want to do is, and you can see how it's flat, you just lightly want to run it and you'll see it start to down. A lot of heat because it could melt it, but you just want to move it around enough that it just adheres and makes it look like it's almost just part of the cord. If you do too much in one area, it might melt it or burn it and it might not look as clean. I mean, all I'm doing is just a little bit at a time over the areas. Turn the torch off. And if you see right now, it looks just like black cord. There's the white, there's the black. Basically, what you're trying to do is make it look just like a black cord. This is a black cord off of I think this is off of a Gaposa motor. And I kept a piece of it so I could show people during my classes that I teach that they are available. Now, some motor companies are just taking a little longer to get the black cords out there. This is an easy way to do this. The last particular job, if you let the homeowner know ahead of time, you can have this on site. What had happened was is the homeowner was informed, he still threw a fit because he had dark soffits and he didn't want to see white cords. So what I did was got the all the shades were already installed. Just ordered this, came in at a different date, went out there with the installer and walked him through exactly how to do this. And everything was already wired. I had black plugs, but white cords. We just made this small enough to slide in the housing so you wouldn't see any of the white come all the way out to where the cord was, cut to go in. Just heat shrinked each one of them. There was 9 shades on this particular job. Just went through the whole thing little by little, did each one of them all the way across. Homeowner was extremely happy, finished paying his bill, and went on down the road. This is just another thing to think about. As an installer, you should carry heat shrink with you because you never know when the homeowner has been told, signed off on, there's going to be white cords. This is just an easy way to fix, get the job finished, and move on down the road. If you have any questions about any of the things that I'm talking about, leave me a comment and I can get you the links to everything that I've used today in this video. Thank you and have a great day.